a tweet. So you said, quote, purpose, and you said find it and find happiness, right? End of quote. Many struggle to find their purpose. And so my question is, from your studies, your life experiences, and your observations, what guidance can you share with the viewing audience that can help them find their purpose? And we'll close out on this question.
Yes, sir. Well, I would like to quote something from a divine definition of how to find purpose from the minister. In a message that he was delivering once for a holy day of atonement, he exposed the new educational paradigm that now has become our study guide 21. But in the lecture, I was sitting on the stage at Christ Universal Temple, and he said this. He said, I was looking up the definition of happiness. And he looked back at all of us that was sitting on stage. He said, no, not in the dictionary, but I consulted myself. And I remember thinking, yeah, well, who in the hell is Webster anyway? I'd much rather have a divine definition from God's man than something from where I don't know nothing about no Webster. So look at what the minister said. He said, I found that happiness comes when you have found your purpose for living and you are fulfilling that purpose. That soul then has an unspeakable joy. So that is where happiness comes from. It really doesn't come from filling full your pocket. It comes from fulfilling your purpose. And the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said this. He said, whatever you love to do and do well is more than likely what you're born to do. That's your purpose. What you love to do and do well is more than likely what you're born to do, or what your purpose is. Your purpose is that single activity of life that you do well with the least amount of effort. It's that thing that you would be willing to do it for free if you could. That's how much joy and satisfaction you get out of doing it. As long as you can live and survive and function and have a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and some food to eat, you wouldn't care about having the great luxuries of life if you was able to do that for the rest of your days without stress. That's your purpose. So look for that. Look for that thing. And the truth of the matter is, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us that if you train a child properly and feed them right, that by the time they reach the age 6, they'll know what they're born to do. Well, most of us have gone far beyond 6. So now we have to start doing a recap, or in this case, we got to be born again. Let's start eating the right foods again and training our mind properly. That maybe in 6 months or a year, or maybe in 6 years, we'll be able to refine our purpose for living and make our contribution to the onward and upward movement of God's way on this planet and the rise of our people. So I hope that answers the question, but you know, we have a general purpose. The general purpose of every human being on the earth, that biological innate purpose, is to grow and get better. You have a general purpose inside that biological purpose, which is to be a savior of your people, or those that are less fortunate than you. You got to look out for the less. And then you have inside of that a specific purpose, which may be engineering, teachership, architecture, maybe business, whatever it is. Find your niche, that single activity, that thing you love to do and do well, that thing that waters your soul, that you'd be willing to do for free if you could, as long as you had your gas, lights, water, food on table, clothes on your back. And happiness will be yours once and for all.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, my brother, for this opportunity, man.